Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and best wishes for all of us, the Honorable the examiners, the Honorable Mr. Yanto and Ma'am Bunga as my supervisors. Thank you to the lecturers of examiners and supervisors who have been willing to take the time to watch my thesis presentation. Let me introduce myself. I am Uswatun Hasanah. I am from English Education Study Program 2018. On this occasion, I will present my thesis with title The Analysis of English Lesson Activities in Improving Student Speaking Skills at One Boarding Islamic Senior High School in Jambi. Recently, people have been encouraged to have a good command of English to participate 21st century to be part of the global community. Therefore, speaking is one of the most important skills of all the foreign language skills because individuals are revered to as the speakers of that language. According to Nunan 1991, language mastery is measured by carrying on a conversation in the target language. In Indonesia, English has become a foreign language and one of the main subjects for students, especially at the senior high school level. Based on the curriculum 2013, the students are required to speak English well. It means that speaking ability becomes the competence that must be reached in learning English. However, the practice of English speaking during the class rarely occurs. It is not easy for beginners to speak English, notably if learners and Indonesian students at senior high school. So according to Davis and Peirce 2000, learning English aims to empower the learners to utilize English for communicating effectively and correctly. Teachers ought to use effective teaching techniques to urge the effectiveness of the acquisition and teaching process. It can be done by exploring speaking practices in line with simultaneous communication. The article entitled Principle of Language Learning and the Role of the Teacher, TESOL International Association 2017 stated that teaching English theoretically and practically is also important. Since English is a compulsory subject at the senior high school level in Indonesia, it is also taught in private Islamic boarding schools. In the school, usually Arabic and English are encouraged to be used for daily communication. In this particular context of the study, one of the Islamic boarding senior high school in Jambi City provides various extracurricular activities to develop learners' language skill. At this particular context study, English activity is provided through the classroom and outside the classroom, formulated as an English program. Therefore, I propose conducting a study of English activities to improve student speaking skill at Islamic boarding senior high school. Based on the background of the study is intended to analyze the English activities applied at one of the Islamic boarding senior high schools in Jambi City. This research also investigates the English activities and now the extent of the English activities on helping the student in improving speaking skill. Next, the significances of this study. The result of this research is expected to give contribution theoretically and practically. The study results are expected to give some theoretical contribution to develop the quality of education at schools. The study provided real examples of English activities applied to improve student speaking skills. Moreover, this research gave more ideas to improve speaking carried out inside the school. For other researchers, the results of this research are expected to be useful references. In Chapter 2, Review of Related Literature, Sukintaka and Lanun 2007, The Characteristic of High School Student Age 16 till 18 years old, Teaching and Learning English, Brown 1994, Behaviorism Learning Theory, Yomi 2013, Factors Influence the Student in Speaking, Brown 2007, Techniques for Activating the Skill, Nunan 2015, Student Problem in Speaking, Year 1996, Speaking Evolution, Nunan 1999. In previous study, 1 thesis by Syed Rizal Fikri at Islamic University of Arani Ridho Sambada Aceh 2019 with the title Student Perception Toward Speaking Practice on English Week. 2 thesis by Melanie Yogyakarta State University 2016 with the title Improving Student Speaking Skill Through Pre-Communicative and Communicative Activities in Class 10 IS2 SMA 1 Godean in 2015-2016 academic year. 3 thesis by Zabel Hanifati Aziza Jambi University 2019 with the title Student Technique in Memorizing Vocabulary for Daily Conversation at UKP Al Hidayah Jambi Boarding School. 4 thesis by Ermasita State Islamic University of North Sumatra 2017 with the title Improving Student Speaking Skill in English Lesson with Action Learning Strategy at 8th grade of MTS PAB 1 Helvetia. 5 Journal by Leon and Ahmadi 2017 with the title An Analysis of Factor Influencing Learner English Speaking Skill. In Chapter 3, Research Method, I use mixed method in conducting this research, so the result is based on the quantitative and qualitative data. Settings at one of Islamic boarding senior high schools, Jambi City, in 11th class of female during 26 Augustus until 26 September 2021. Population, the total number of students at the school is 557 students, sample 184 students of 11th grade, participants 61 students and an English teacher. Data collection, survey by delivering questionnaire and interview. Validity and reliability. For quantitative data, I use SPSS version 25 and Cronbach Alpha to check the validity and reliability. So the result, there are 11 from 20 questions that is valid. For qualitative data, I use member checking to make sure that trustworthiness was maintained. And to keep up the research credibility, because the part of determining the trustworthiness is to make sure the trustworthiness of this research. I conducted the member checking by meeting with the participant and answering the previously recorded solution. Then I confirmed with the participant that the answers that is recorded were real and true. Chapter 4, Finding and Discussion. These are the results of quantitative data. I show the table of the recapitulation of all items into two aspects: communication strategy and program implemented. Analysis of respondents' answer regarding their communication strategy. From the table above, it is known that 7.5% respondents said that always, 22.08% respondents said they often, 46.25% respondents said sometimes, and 21.67% respondents said rarely, and 2.5% respondents said never. Thus, the result of the average calculation performed using the mean formula is 3.10. The result of the percentage calculation performed using the formula is 31.08%. The number is in the range of the scale of 0.00% until 33.33%. So this number is on a low scale, which means that student communication strategy are low in improving their speaking skill. Analysis of respondents' answer regarding the program implemented. From the table above, it is known that 28 respondents said that always, 27% respondents said they often, 21.5% respondents said sometimes, 8% respondents said rarely, and 15.5% respondents said never. Thus, the result of the average calculation performed using the mean formula is 3.44. The result of the percentage calculation performed using the formula is 34.4%. The number is in the range of the scale of 33.34% until 66.66%. So this number is moderate, which means that the program implemented enough influence to improve student ability in speaking. In addition, based on the answer of question number 7 and 9, most of the students are interested to follow the English programs and improve their motivation English speaking. Based on analysis data above, the research found that the result of quantitative data could answer the research question of to what extent the English activities help the student in improving their speaking skill. The data indicated there is an improvement of motivation student in speaking by applying the English activities at the school, because the program that is applied at school enough influence to improve students' ability in speaking. It was also supported the previous research by Leong and Ahmadi 2017 and Melanie 2016. First, Leong and Ahmadi 2017 found that students who have higher motivation can speak easily and effectively. Second, Melanie 2016 found that activities could provide student opportunity to speak up because they interacted more with their friends. Thus, students should have friendly and cooperative environment that can help them overcome their difficulties in oral performance. Next, I also analyzed qualitative data to support research findings beside the quantitative data. The qualitative data were organized from interviews. The data indicated that 4 students and an English teacher responded in participating and supporting the English activities. Based on the interview result, the research found that the result of qualitative data could answer the research questions of what are the English activities at the school, how they are applied, and the extent of English activities help the student in improving their speaking skill. There are many activities applied at one of the Islamic boarding senior high school, Jambi City. It is included the activities in the classroom that is consisted of English course and public speaking, and outside of the classroom there are English week, delivering vocabulary, English speech competition, and English oracy competition. All the activities are necessary to be done to improve the students' ability. And each of the following activities gives students an opportunity for rich discussion, practicing speaking out, and giving their opinion. So those run together between theory and practice. The function of speaking activity within the classroom at the school are provide the student with more understanding of English theory, because only practicing is not enough without understanding. And then help the student construct correct English by learning grammar to speak English and practice it correctly, build the student mentality, especially when performing in front of many audiences. It is according to Sukintaka in London 2007, the characteristic of high school student is that they think a lot about themselves. So if their mental has stable and mature, they are going to be happy when they speak other languages. And for activities out of the classroom as related to the review of literature, Nunan 2015 said that one of the techniques for activating the skill is practicing out of class. By having more practice, the student will have a good chance to talk and improve English. There will be building language, interacting with others, and giving information process in practicing speaking. By applying outside the classroom speaking activities, the students are forced to talk English, although at the start they are very difficult to speak English, but if by habituating speaking English, the student can improve their speaking ability little by little. And last, the extent of English activities help the student in improving their speaking skill. The result indicated an improvement in the student's speaking skill by applying the English activities at school. Based on the interview result with the English teacher, she said that around 90% of the English activities could improve the student's speaking ability. Then based on the interview with students, they all said that the English activities effectively improves their English ability. It is in line with the result of quantitative data. In other words, the student ability in speaking improved and became well every week during the English activities. Therefore, based on the quantitative and qualitative data, it could be concluded that English activity is good and could improve student ability in speaking, especially at one of the Islamic boarding senior high schools in Jambi City, which has been applied the English activities based on routine and habit. Conclusion and suggestion. To end this presentation, let me just run over the key points again briefly. The conclusion: 1. Applying English activities in improving speaking skill for students at school is very important. 2. Speaking can be learned and improved by practice it in communication. 3. One of the Islamic boarding senior high schools, Jambi City, supports using English in the school environment. 4. There are two kinds of speaking activities in this one of Islamic boarding senior high school, Jambi City, in the classroom and out of the classroom. And the characteristic of the programs applied at the school is based on routine and habit. 5. Learning English speaking is very good if it is done continuously. 6. Practicing speaking needs a good environment to speak. 7. Evaluating student speaking ability is very important to be done. And then suggestion: 1. For language learners, they ought to not hesitate to talk English, attempt to speak more and more. Next, the student should attempt to find friends to undertake to have a conversation with them. By practicing and continuing to speak English, language learners will master that language, especially speaking to communicate with other people in the world. 2. For English teachers ought to be creative to supply speaking activities both outside and within the classroom. Give them more chances to talk English so the student will enjoy and that they can practice speaking English well. finally, the result of learning English will be good and student ability will be improved. 3. For the school, there are many ways that school could support the student English ability. First, the school could increase the English exposure in the school. Secondly, the school held an English event such as cross-cultural understanding by inviting the English native speakers so that the student could try interacting with them. Thus, the student will have more experience with English. Well, that's all the presentation of my thesis. Thank you for your attention. I realize that this research might have some weaknesses and mistakes. Therefore, I would like to accept any constructive suggestion to make research better. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.